Yeah, I don't know. We were fast or what? I don't know, but we managed to finish it.
Did you also do the exercises and then they were showing?
Oh, we did it and we just asked the doubts simultaneously. And I shared my screen and Miroslava shared her screen. So it was like that.
Okay. Yeah, because for us, like they were doing the exercises first, so that then I did it again. So
okay.
Maybe that's why it's time.
Okay, we did it together.
Yeah.
So
yeah. So that was
we were talking during the process.
And everyone is coming back.
Lucha, you're back.
Yeah.
Your camera is working.
Yeah. I feel like a ghost when I create meeting rooms and send people around.
It's like teletransporting, going from one room to another without moving.
Exactly.
Oh.
It's kind of fun.
Yeah.
So we're 14. There's still people missing.
My ear hurts, like, because of that.
Yeah, that happens.
Hello.
Hi.
Hey.
Yeah, are you alive? Looks dead.
Okay, so everyone is here, I think. I hope.
Yeah.
Okay. So I saw that some meeting rooms, it went great. They did all the exercises, or at least started everything. Others finished exercise 1. So it would be really nice for those who only did exercise 1, at least to try to do exercise 2. And then I'll post on Slack some times during the week when I'll be online. So you can ask questions. If those times don't work for you, you can always send a private message and we find the time that works. But yeah, try to do exercise 2 at least by yourself before we talk, and then we fix your issues if you have them. The third is not so important. You'll run into the same kind of issues that you'll run into the second, and it's mostly so that you know that revert can lead you into a not so nice path. So because time is never enough, I'll ask if you have general questions at the end. And now I know that Sana has some cool stuff to show you on VS Code, because I've made you use command line, but VS Code is quite useful for some things. So Sana, where are you? Where is Sana?
Here. Wait a minute.
Take the screen.
That, Martha, I just wanted to ask one thing. I
Okay.
just saw Miroslava's VS Code. It was so cool. It was so very colorful. The terminal was very colorful. So what should we do for that?
Add something.
Add some kind of extensions. Like I also did add one.
What is it called? Maybe if you can post it in the group.
I will just find the link. I got it from Xenia, and then I have to find the link now.
The prettier one, and
prettier,
the one
yeah.
that closest the brackets of the, the matches the colors.
You already using it?
That's actually, you guys gonna use that actually on final project. You guys gonna use ESLint and Prettier. That's going to format the code.
No, they are talking about beautifying the terminal. So one of them is Beautify, actually, the name.
It's Beautify.
I think I'm using Beautify, but I will just find and post it.
Yeah, like I'm using Beautify and Prettier, so I think one of us, it is doing that thing. I don't know.
So Prettier, it formats the code in VS Code, and Beautify is the terminal.
The terminal, yeah.
I thought that everybody has the same, and they are asking me why I have it so nicely, and I was like, everybody has it.
Yeah. I should have used it before from Node. Oh, I just know it now, and I just have final project to use it.
At least something.
Is everyone here?
Sounds like a makeup tutorial for your VS.
So people, now listen to Sana.
Yeah, okay.
So I'll just share my screen. So actually, instead of like command line, you can what you can also do is wait a minute. Sorry, let me take it to the side. So what you can also do is like there's this git source control. So if I just change something now here, like maybe ABC, and then you go here, can you see like it tells me that there are changes in my this file? And because normally you do with the git status, but instead of git status, you just go here and it tells you like there are some changes. So what I can do is like M stands for modified. And then you can add, like stage the changes that we do with git add. And you can discard the changes with this. If I discard, then this will be removed. And what was the third one? Yeah, and then you go to the file, particular file where you have made the changes, because sometimes there you have a lot of files and you click and go to the file. So by adding, you add, like you state those changes, and now you can commit them from here as well. So if you have, you go just to these three dots. So it tells you to commit all. You can commit only staged and blah, blah. So if I just commit the stage ones, I can, this message will pop up and I say edit ABC. So now if I also check, like you can see it's removed from here, that means it's committed. I can also check it like to be sure, like there's nothing to commit and working to claim. And if I see, you can see my latest one, see latest commit is edit ABC. Like I have committed it. So there was another part was that I saw today was you can also use it to revert the changes. You know, I think you know all of them, what the revert is. Yes? I suppose, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So revert is like when you go back, like you revert from the previous commit to go back to the last one. So if I want to revert, I'll just go here. So here you, I think you do 2 steps. With the revert, you don't do 2 steps from command line, but here you do undo our last commit. What we'll do is like it will undo the commit and then bring it to the stage. And if I see git status here, it tells me like this is modified. That means it's not anymore in the committed. So it's not committed and now it's staged. So what I can do now again is go back there and I can say discard all changes.
Can you do git log? Because I just want to check if it's really a revert or a reset.
I think it's the word.
So I think it's actually git reset because a revert creates a new commit to revert whatever commit you want to do. So in the command line, that would be reset.
Yeah.
Medium or soft,
that's
one
right.
of them.
Yeah.
Go ahead, sorry.
So you can discard all the changes from here. Come on. But yeah, the thing is like it works sometimes because when you are staging and like you are adding. So what I use it mostly for is like when I add or remove the files from staging, because then it's fast than command line. But most of the times when the project gets bigger, then this is slow. Then of course I use both of them back and forth to create. And without there are also what I like is like you can see the branches on the bottom here is like which branch you are, and then if it is a tracking branch, then you see also a sign here is like push and pull as well. Yep. So that was I think it. Is it? Yeah. So that was the part like.
Can I show you guys an extension that I use that I thought was pretty useful?
If you can keep it under 5 minutes, you can.
Yes, of course I can. Let me see here.
Oh yeah, and you can also create a new branch from there as well. If you go on the same 3 dots, it will tell you to check out. Like no, sorry, let me. Before you can share, can I tell that again? Sorry.
Sure.
I forgot that part. So yeah, so here if you click on the branch, this on the button, so it tells you like to create new branch from this branch or to check out to all other branches. So if you click on this, you can see all the list that you want to check out to this branch and or check out to master. So for this because I haven't committed it, so now if I check out to master, So it will check out to master from there. And it will also create new branch, and you put a branch name, and then it will create that branch. You can see that branch over here. Yes.
Sana, I have a question. I have two folders, main folders for my homework. Because something happened in the earlier stage of submitting my homework. So I maintain two of them.
Okay.
One, I do regular changes, and then I copy all the files to that one which has Git repo inside it. I mean, which is actually a Git repository. So when I do changes, or when I create my files or do my homework on the main my first one, so it says so many file need to be staged or need to be committed or pushed to the
Yeah, because you are not committing them and doing, because you are working on another folder, and you can copy all the stuff that you worked on and come back and paste it. Then of course you have to now add and commit all of them. So why do you need two folders? Just delete the other one and work on the current one, because that way you can work and commit every step instead of like putting all the files at once. And that's also dangerous sometimes, because you cannot rework them, or you cannot go back to the previous commit.
Yeah, because I was not familiar from Git in the starting, and I was scared of using command line. That's why I created two folders. And Martha knows. Martha, you know, remember when I came to you, and there were so many. Yeah, that's why I created two folders.
Don't do it in the project. Don't don't do it. No, never.
So can I do something for that? So many, like thousands of files which are.
Let's talk after the class,
Okay.
and let Ricardo show what you wanted to show. 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, I only have 5 minutes, so it's very. Can you guys see here the stuff?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, let me shrink my window a little bit because it's on the right hand side here. So there's this extension here, so you guys know how to install extensions on VS Code.
What's the name?
The extension is called Git Graph.
Oh yeah.
I find it very useful, especially when you go in here on the Git, the same tab that Sana was in. So this is the final project I was working on it. So I still have, was working on some files here. And if you want to see the extension installed this little icon here, and this actually picks up the information from the Git tracking folder, right?
Yeah.
And you can see here what was merged on the entire project.
What was the name of the extension again?
Git Graph.
Aha! It's called
It's cool.
Git Graph.
Yeah.
It's called Git Graph.
It's super nice.
I don't know. I just cannot work with these visual kind of graphs and stuff.
But this is pretty cool, because let's say if you made an error here, you can actually just like control click here, revert, checkout, cherry pick. You can do a lot of stuff from here.
Cool.
What's a drop? Can you drop a commit?
Yeah, but this is the final project, so I'm not gonna.
Don't try.
I'm not gonna
try that.
Yeah. But I think it's a pretty cool extension, because it's let's say you can actually go back. You can actually even click in here and see the commit, the details of the commit, what was changed, what was not. You see, cool. I think if you can actually open the file and see what was changed, so you can go back in history without actually going to GitHub and start digging into GitHub and looking for whatever happened there.
Cool.
I think I don't use GitK anymore with this extension.
So it's like it goes back until God knows, I think, when the project started. You can see you can go down in here, and then you can go down, say started in March. So that's, and it gives like whoever work on the file, whoever merge, whatever happens on the project, you can see the commits and all that. I think it's a very, very useful extension.
Mm-hmm.
That was 5 minutes or less.
That was less than 5 minutes. Very good. Do I have anything else to shoot? I think I have something to say and I don't remember what. Does anyone have any more cool stuff to show? 5 minutes. Otherwise, I'll just ask if anyone has questions in general.
If someone can show how to make the terminal nicer, like
so I guess
human readable.
Beautify. Add extensions. There are a lot of them, but
also you add them.
That's the problem. That too much extensions. Like I don't know why.
I will just find the link. I will try to find the link because I've done it quite a while back, so I don't have. But I will try to find it and then post.
Yeah.
By the way, I've also heard that Git lens is super nice.
What Git
lens?
Yes, I've seen that one. Yeah,
I've never used it. I just heard that.
I think I also used that one.
I use the Git lens. I'm pretty, comfortable with that.
Yeah, I don't use the command line anymore.
Yeah, but
I know.
What is Git lens?
It's an extension for VS Code. I never
but
use
what
it.
it does because I have it and I don't use it.
Is it for VS Code or command line?
VS Code.
VS Code.
At least.
The other thing too that you guys, if you guys want to customize and optimize the way you work with the VS Code, I mean, you can see my VS Code probably looks a little bit different than yours. My stuff is on the right side. You can go to Front End Masters. You sign up. They have a free course. I think it's still free.
When was it free? I saw that, but that was paid for me.
No, it's free. It's free.
Give me that link, please. I already bought one from Udemy, but give me link.
It's you can sign up. It's like Front End Masters, and they have some free courses. The majority is paid, but you can register. And yeah, so you have to create an account, and I'll see if I can get watch courses here.
Okay, can you then post that on Slack?
Yes.
I'll just do. So, are there any questions about the exercises or anything? Yes.
I have a question about the second exercise because I did the same mistake all over again. I was getting into the branch, doing the git log, and in that branch, I was creating a new branch. So when you do that, you get all the commits from the branch you created on.
Yes.
But then in the second part, I did this again. And I was trying to solve the merging conflict, but it didn't allow me to get out because in the first part, there was no merging conflict. So I just came back to master and started all over. But in this case, it doesn't allow me to get out of that branch.
Yeah, I think you need to, if you do a git status, it probably tells you like you can revert or you can continue or abort or something like that.
Git cherry pick abort.
Yeah, I could do that. So you port the cherry pick and then you can do whatever you want.
Oh, cool.
But yeah, so for the exercise 2, for those who got there, you should definitely create your branch from master.
Yeah.
Where the other branches also started. And creating branches in general in the final project, it will always be from develop, like not from the other branches, because when you create a branch, you will get the commits, all the commits of the branch you created it from. And you might want that. And in that case, go for it. But generally, you don't want that.
Perfect.
Anything else? I actually just remember that I promised Ricardo he could show how they actually create the branches and update on the project. So I'll give him. How much time do you need for that?
For what was that again? I forgot.
How you actually create the branches from develop and update them.
Okay.
For pushing.
I'll show that. Yeah, that's actually it's something that's on the boilerplate. I'll share here.
Is that a thing that takes 5 minutes or 10? Or
It's no. It's very simple. You just go to the.
okay.
You go to GitHub.
I see you on Atlassian. I like that too.
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool. Why am I not signed in? I am signed in. So here on the final project, you guys gonna have something like this too. I just want to show you. Did I pass GitHub here already or no? Using
Oh, you
Git, I
guys
probably did.
we didn't have that.
Use a storybook. Working with code. Where is GitHub?
Use Control F.
Yeah.
No, not that.
Maybe, Ricardo, we have the code thing, right?
Here it is. Working with Git.
Yeah.
Here it is. Right. So here, instead of doing this, git checkout developed, git checkout branch from that, you do the other way around.
Yeah.
You do git checkout branch, origin developed.
Yeah. So that is exactly this arrow. Just go straight from develop to the feature branch.
Yeah, that one.
When you create a branch, and
then the next one. Instead of doing this, git checkout develop, git pull, git checkout branch name, and git merge develop. Instead of doing that, you do this: git checkout branch name, git pull origin develop.
So again, the shortcut straight from develop to the feature branch also to update. Yeah, that's nice. Super nice.
So and that's because that way, what happened is when you have when you pull from, when you do like a git pull origin developed after you check out the branch, if you have any conflicts, right? When you resolve those conflicts, providing that the developed is still on the same state that you pulled from, when you push your code, you're not going to have any conflicts. And that's the nice thing about it. And it's the same thing here. And it's the same, it's the same thing here.
That helps a lot in the project, actually, big project.
Yeah.
Because master is always behind and develop is ahead, and then you don't want to create a branch from master and then.
Yeah, you never create them from master in the project. Like master is never used, so you just develop for everything.
Yeah. And then also, but you guys also gonna have this thing here. Yeah. So whenever you guys start the final project, you will have this section here because this is boilerplate stuff. So it works for every. It works for. So I'll stop share here.
Nice, thank you.
You're welcome.
And you're super fast, Jesus. So there's 7 minutes left. I'll regarding homework, I'll just post it, and it's pretty much what you've done in exercise 1. It's the really thing that you should know what to do. So it will be about that. Any questions during these last 5 minutes?
You can also, guys, you can post it on the Git support channel.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Whatever it's related to this class, you guys just put it on the support channel for the Git.
Maybe can I ask something?
Yes.
It's not very relevant to the Git or today's class, but generally we are going to start a final project soon. So any tips or anything before we start?
Just don't lose hope in the first week. Because it always takes more than 1 week to just feel like you can do it.
Okay, don't lose hope in the first 3 weeks.
Am
I right, Somnia? Am I right, Somnia?
Yes.
Yes.
Like it will take time for you to understand everything and start. Okay, I have to do this and get to things. Yeah.
By the time you're like
comfortable.
By the time you're comfortable, it's almost done, and now you start having opinions, and then now you start having arguments.
Yes.
Then by the time you're almost done, you're already a professional because now your life is totally disrupted.
Yes, you will not only learn coding, but you'll learn working with collaborating with others and everything. Okay, super interesting. Yeah.
And tell me if I'm wrong, but I get the feeling that you don't really know what you're doing until you get to the project, and then everything falls into place, and it's a big mess.
Yes.
Yes.
You don't know what you're doing. It's let's say up until now, everything went linear to the right. When you get to the final project, it's twisted and turned up and downhill and to the left.
But do you think that the hackathon experience was like a review of that? Because for me, it was really good.
We were not merging or doing stuff like that.
But in general, how to work with the people, how distribute the task and everything. No?
This thing is going to be like 10 times more complicated. You know?
Yes.
I'm guessing you.
At least.
Yeah. Super.
I'm guessing the Git part in the hackathon was super easy. No message.
So the social aspect, yes, but it will go really messy.
Yeah.
But you guys are going to enjoy the final project. It's challenging, but you just have to kind of like, be, keep positive, keep focused, keep high spirits, and
You will never regret doing it.
You never regret doing it, ever.
Because you learn more in project than throughout the course.
Yeah, it's like it's really like it's as close as you can get to the real life, real scenario, pretty much.
And when you couldn't manage to do a certain task and anything, were you just using like the study groups and everything?
Yeah. Well, this is what happens to me, and I'll tell you from my perspective, because to me, I got injured in the middle of the final project, right? So it's challenging enough, and then I went for about a week, or maybe 10 days or 2 weeks that I couldn't do much.
Mm-hmm.
So you fall behind like that, because things are changing so fast that you really, when I came back to it, I wasn't working. Whatever I was working on, it's already gone. It's already finished. It's already pushed, and so now you get into a new part of it. So it's you have to keep consistent and checking every day, and working on it consistently, so you keep up with this stuff. I had to I had to put extra effort at the end, and I ended up going from the front end to working on the back end, and doing almost all the documentation on the back end of the project, which was also nice. You guys also going to learn new technologies, new stuff that you haven't learned yet, like the documentation. Actually, it's called, Zaki said he's going to go into the boilerplate. I would like to see that, because so that's but it's totally doable.
How did you guys divided your part in your project?
It's Daniel. It's Daniel who assigns task. Like mostly Daniel is project manager, so this project manager will assign a task to every person.
Yeah.
You are done. You tell them like, "Hey, I made a pull request, so can I have a new task?" And then they will give you a new task. So,
do you have deadlines for finishing the things?
The what? Deadlines?
Deadlines, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
1 week.
Very important.
Sometimes you do get for us it was like 2-3 tasks a week, but sometimes it could be a 1 week. Like it depends on how big the task is. So.
Yeah. Yes, it depends on the task.
And also, what was it I was going to say? I forgot. I was going to say something. I forgot.
Yeah, 1 minute. No pressure.
No pressure.
3, 2, 1.
It's over. It's 4 now. Okay, so it's 4. Sorry, Ricardo. You can tell things on the channel.
I wasn't fast enough.
It wasn't a minute. It was less than a minute. Yep. I'll post the homework. The Git repository for week 2 on Hacker Feature has a bunch of materials. So also look into there. I'll post a link for the main folder. I'll post times when I'll be available. If you need me any other times, just write me on Slack. And that's basically it. Good luck for the project.
Yes.
Yeah, good luck.
And then you're done, post the pull requests on Slack, as usual.
Okay.
Thank you for today. It was super fun.
Bye, guys. Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, bye.
Bye-bye.